News, breaking news. This is from Monday's paper. Oh, wow. That's a big surprise. Reading from the article, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, who is the dictator of Syria, is working with the Russians and the Iranians to crush the rebellion. They pretty much won the war in Syria. You probably heard recently Trump's going to pull our troops out, supposedly, from Syria. Assad authorized Iraqi forces. Now, what that means is Iranian forces, because the popular mobilization units that sprung up after ISIS splits through Iraq, the Iranians made those spring up. It consists of about 40 or 50 different militias. Most of them pledge allegiance to Iran, and some of which consist of Iranian troops or people, militia fighters who have been trained in Iran. And keep in mind, a lot of these guys, it's about 100,000 of them, the popular mobilization units, and they're situated in Iraq. They answer to Iran, even though technically it's the, quote, Iraqi forces are allowed to attack the Islamic State group inside Syria without waiting for permission. So, in other words, the Iranians, see, we have troops in Syria. We're supposedly pulling them all out. I think we're going to leave some in. We still have troops patrolling a couple of the main cities. We still have American troops there, and they're already saying it's going to take 4 months. So, I mean, we're going to be there a while, but they're there to block Iran, and we have over 5,000 troops in Iraq, Western Iraq, to block Iran. But, if you call them Iraqi forces, it's a little bit different, because we're supposed to be allied with Baghdad, right? This says that U.S.-backed Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces, they've expressed concern about the U.S. pullout. The Syrian Democratic Forces the United States put together, it's about 50,000 strong, 90% Kurdish, they're good fighters, and then there's a token force of Arabs. So that way you can say it's not purely Kurdish. So basically, Iran is giving the go-ahead for its troops to try to push our troops out of Iraq, which you didn't probably hear about. You heard about Syria, pulling troops out of Syria. You heard about Afghanistan. We're going to pull some troops out of there, which, by the way, now they're backtracking on that. So keep in mind, Trump has said from the very beginning he's going to try to throw his enemies off guard. So now we're like backtracking on pulling troops out of Afghanistan. Now we're saying it's going to take almost half a year to pull them out of Syria. It takes half a year to pull 2,000 troops out of a country, Syria. It's right next to the sea like that. That's kind of weird. Lindsey Graham, Republican from South Carolina. The dude's gay. He has to be gay. The way he talks, and he's very feminine. But his message is pretty clear. Don't turn Syria over to the Iranians. That's true. And we're not. Because we have those troops in Iraq, and they're going nowhere. Just to properly, this is January 1st, 2019. And January 3rd, 2019, everything I'm saying could be completely wrong because this shit is fluid and Trump does change his mind. Whether it's sporadic and truly spontaneous or whether it's because he's trying to throw people off, he does change his mind. So I could be dead wrong in 2 days. So I got to date this stuff. Look at this. Iran and Syria signed on Sunday a long-term economic and strategic agreement as the war winds down in Syria, where the agreement would be Iran and Russia, who are the main backers of Assad's government, be like, yo, you can stay here, you can build permanent military bases, which Iran's already done, and Israel has leveled many times over. That's the breaking news. This is bullshit coming out of the Middle East. Mainstream media is, this is the Associated Press. I hate the Associated Press. They're awful. But you work with what you got. Analysis. Prussia. America. Analysis. Analysis.